Hello. I was wondering what the light was doing. We got some good light today, guys. That's exciting. Okay, I was hearing myself. Can you hear me? Okay, hold on. It's on live chat. Okay, cool. Let me know if you can't hear me. Awesome. Well, welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to part 10 of our journey through a Weedwife's remedy. And we've been talking about apothecaries and sourcing herbals. Hey, Pansy. Hey, Elaine. You can hear me. Awesome. Yay. How are you guys doing? You guys like popped in at the same time in chat. Yeah. We got our newest, we got our first book club member from Australia, so that's awesome. So I want to say a shout out to Julie. That's her. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes, Julie. And even though it's 4 a.m. in the morning, she's been watching the replay. So awesome. We're glad to have you. Hey, Gypsy Ravenswood, how are you doing? Welcome. I'm glad you're doing good, Helene. Yeah. Cool. So we are on page 41, and we are talking about purchasing dried herbs and some of Miss Kiva's thoughts on the best way and what to look out for when you are purchasing dried herbs, because as you guys know, unfortunately, not all of us can have everything. We can't wildcraft everything. You know, there's some herb usually that we just can't. So, and sometimes it's out of season and you need an herb and you didn't like put it up. So, so that's on page 41. And we have up, Elaine posted up some really good UK sources for dried herbals. And I also have a link. I should have a link to Mountain Rose Herbs, which is really great in the United States, although they are not taking orders right now due to the pandemic. They sort of close down and then they open back up, and then close down, they open back up. So I'm not sure when that is. And I need to remember to put a link to Red Moon Herbs because they are open and they're also a really good source of herbals. That's right by me. So yeah. And then this is the book that I was trying to remember last week. It's the Herbal Book of Making and Taking, and I put a link to it. It's by a UK author, and it's really cool. It's like all the how to make things boiled down. So yikes, almost missed it again, Heather. I'm glad you didn't. Pansy has dandelions in the yard, but too close to the road. Ah, darn it. Do you have a backyard? That's too bad. You could always like practice like making oil from them, drying them. You know, even though you're not going to use them, you can also use them for like decoration or in crafts, just, you know, if you don't eat them. Good rule of thumb is 50 feet from a road, but, you know, probably on land that you know the history of, so you know that maybe hasn't been sprayed with chemicals and all that stuff. Although sometimes that doesn't happen, and that's not the case, and the herb you need to get is by road. So everyone's saying hi. Yes, haven't checked. Awesome. Well, hopefully. Yes, Elaine says maybe the roots would be good. Probably not. Because the whole plant is getting that road pollution. But that's ideal. In a pinch, if you absolutely needed a plant for some medicine, I would say get it and use it, because that in a super pinch. Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, so this is a cool book. This is the first book I have by UK author, and I talked about it before when I first got it. Glycerins and vinegars, tinctures, topicals, miscellaneous remedies, common and botanical names, equipment, keep a record book, instructions to tasting herbal medicines, sourcing materials, internal medicines, and water-based extracts. So it's really cool. It's just like a pared down reference book. It's a little pricey, but yeah, and I thought maybe it would have a reference in the back of good. So it has appendix sources and resources, because we were talking about good places to source from the UK, but it kind of is laid out in a really funny way, and I really didn't find what I was looking for. So yeah, and it's got some older, it's kind of all a bunch of things thrown in. It's not very well organized in the back here. So what's the book? Oh, it's the Herbal Book of Making and Taking. There's a link in the Facebook group, and I think I might have put a link in the description too, but it was just talking about it for sources for UK to buy dried herbs in the UK. So, but Elaine put up an awesome reference. So it's cool. Yeah, I just stumbled about it in my local bookshop, and I was like, wow, my local independent bookshop is very awesome. But it made me realize that most of the books I have are written by people in the States, and I just was like, oh, wow, really? I just didn't even realize that. Except that I have this David Hoffman book, and I believe he's British, so, but, all right. So if everyone's ready, I'm going to start reading on page 41. And if anyone has any additional awesome websites or stores online to shop for herbals, please pop it in the comments. And then you could always pop in a store, a physical store, as well. But it may be hard for us to get to it these days. But yeah, tell us what your favorite is. All right, so this is Root and Seed Purchasing Dried Herbs. The best way to assess dried plant material is to be familiar with I think we've read some of this, but I'm going to reread some of it. Is to be familiar with the living plant, or at least fresh plant material. Barring that, I recommend reading descriptions of the scent, etc. of the plant and being familiar. If I look weird, I'm using my phone line. So, let's see. Being familiar, if only through photos, with the appearance of the plant, so that A, you knew you're using the correct plant, and B, you're able to see how close or how far removed the dried material is from its original state. So yeah, you want to, the dried plant needs to look as close to the plant as it was alive, just with less water. So if it's super green, it should look still super green. It should look vibrant and like not kind of dusky and kind of like just has this like really dead looking look. And I wish I had an example of like a well-dried plant and a kind of a lousy dried plant. Hi Marge, how you doing? Awesome. Okay. Cool. Get good food. I do have some mugwort smudge sticks that I dried, but to get it out would be craziness. So I'm not going to do that right now, but basically it's supposed to look very similar to when the plant was alive. There's just a vibrancy of this dried plant, and even though it's dried, it doesn't seem dead. Like it seems like there's a lot of life in it, and I don't know how to describe that. It just seems like that. So some herbs have specific aromas to look out for. Certain plants, like lemon balm, have delicate volatile oils that are easily lost during the harvesting, drying, and storing processes. I rarely expect to purchase lemon balm and have it be anything close to the fresh plant because other plants are tougher and their aromatics can survive under great duress. You can toss a bag of dried chamomile on the side of the road in the middle of summer and come back a month later and it would very likely still smell distinctly of chamomile. Impressive for what looks like to be a delicate white and golden flower, but turns out to be a bulletproof little small fresh and little weed. Yeah, and chamomile is like super small too. Like it's got a tiny, tiny, tiny flower, and I tried like I was helping somebody harvest their chamomile so they could dry it for tea, and it's this tiny flower, and you're just like tinily picking it, and it's just a pain in the butt to harvest. So okay, I had a salad for lunch. Awesome. I had a piece of millet bread with almond butter and some veggies. That's what I had for lunch. Other plants aren't particularly aromatic, but should still smell fresh and green and never musty. Roots and seeds can be more difficult to sort out and may require that you break, scratch, or possibly heat them in order to assess their aromatics. So I've never heated a root or seed to assess whether it was good or not, but I don't usually work with a lot of roots, but definitely I would I can see myself sort of scratching it to see if I could see if it was good or not. Dried plants come in a variety of colors and textures and all change to some degree when dried. But they should generally still be vivid in color and recognizable compared to the living plant. Elderflowers, tiny as they may be, still may be soft ivory in color, but be of recognizable form and have the peculiar and delicate scent they're known for. Rosehips should still be a deep orange and red and retain their aromatic tartness if they are harvested at the correct time and preserved properly. Even delicate plants like Scutellaria, which I think that's skullcap. Oh. I don't remember what that one is. So we've got a Latin name here. And I'm going to look up what plant that is because I don't remember. Skullcap. Okay, so that is skullcap she's talking about. Which is skullcap. Yeah, here's the wiki page on it. It's a nervine. Let's see. Wiki page. Skullcap. So even have the capacity to retain their medicinal properties if handled carefully. So much depends on how much moisture and light the plants have been exposed to, which means it can save you time to know the actual drying practices being employed by your herb source. And if the company you're buying from doesn't know how their herbs were dried, well, you might want to look a little closer to home, or at least to a smaller setup. Yeah, so basic rules of thumb for just drying herbals. Oh, hi, Marge. Marge is hi. Guys, hit that like button. We have 8 people. I think that's a record for us. Woohoo! Welcome, y'all. Oh my gosh. On Bellatine, eat like a bear. Grrr. That's what I heard Mama Squirrel talking about yesterday. I caught some of the lives. They were talking about elderberries and all kinds of stuff. So I'm eating my Bellatine. Blueberries. Nice. Nice. I'm definitely doing a bunch of elderberry right now for the immune, to help with immune systems. So got the berries all locked up. Right, so you want to pick it when it's dry, like when there's, and then it's not been raining for a couple days, and after the dew has kind of dissolved. So, and I think not when, it's been hot sun, but sort of that sweet spot. And then you can hang them to dry. You can hang them to dry and wrap a paper bag around them. You can get this drying screens. And it needs to be in sort of a place out of direct sunlight with a lot of ventilation. And when things are dry, they're crispy like fall leaves. And it just varies about the water content of the plant. But there's a lot of different drying methods. And I mean, I've dried dandelion flowers on Whole Food paper bags. So just, if you guys had a lot of experience with drying, and if so, do you have a favorite drying method that you usually use? Me too, with the elderberry. I've got a tincture out. Nice, Elaine. Awesome. March says yes. Saw it in my mom's squirrels as well. Shoot it out in the live. Yeah. I just sort of jumped in on the middle of that while I was going to run yesterday. So, I didn't run because it was rainy and I got super wet when I was walking in the rain. But that's fine because, it can be nice. It was nice, but I got super wet, even though I had a raincoat. So, all right, Lane, I've seen people use chicken wire for drying on. Yeah, Yeah, you can use any kind of screen, wire, and some people like attach you can buy one with like a frame, um, or not. You could just I believe my teacher said she used to always make tinctures in the car. Never mind. No, it was make oils? I forget. My teacher used to do something in her car because it got super hot, and I don't think it was drying. But I can't remember. It would be helpful if I could remember, but I just remember that bit of it. So I apologize. I sourced how to get elderberry in town for a friend. Awesome. Nice, Marge. I think the berries are not going to be out yet. It's a tiny bit later in the year. Yeah, they're definitely like sold out online everywhere. I mean, you might be able to find them at Amazon. I've seen a little bit on Etsy, but they're a very hot, popular item right now due to the pandemic and everything. So if you can get them locally, that's really good. You can make your own elderberry tea, tincture, syrup to take. So the flowers might be out now, and those are also good for immune. And I totally forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, I was talking about drying. Right. I've used a wooden, because I didn't have anything to hang, so I used a wooden like clothes drying rack, and I just tied the bundles to it and hung them that way. So that's how I've dried some stuff. I really haven't had like a nice dedicated drying area. So it's always been kind of, where can I stick the herbs? So now we're going to read Common Sense and Snake Oil, Procuring Herbal Products. So these are already made herbal products instead of the bulk products. And this is on page 42. And again, if you guys have like a favorite, herbal product company, pop it in the description. We want to know. Don't pop mine in. Okay, you can if you want to, but I have an Etsy shop. I do herbal products. But other than mine, if you have someone else's, that would be awesome. Always on the lookout for really great herbal medicines and salves and all kinds of stuff. So with bulk globes, you can generally see and smell the quality or lack thereof. With herbal preparations, though, it can initially be more challenging to be sure of efficacy. For the most part, it requires that you know what the product should be like ahead of time, including having experience with its effects. This makes the whole process especially difficult for the beginners, many of whom have read about what an herb is like and what its actions may be, but have not yet experienced it for themselves. So this very reason, and this whole thing we're talking about, like knowing what the herbs look like and what they smell like and what they taste like and what they do, and what they look like dried as far as fresh and all this stuff about like she's talking about already made products. And there's herbalism is like really hands-on. So you can take an online herbal course, which is great, but at some point you're going to have to get really hands-on to get that experience. It's very like, tactile and everything, to really like, and they'll help you learn the herbs too, and you get like a real like three-dimensional real life sense of what they are. That's why I've always wanted, preferred to go to herb school or take a class in person versus online. But sometimes online is all you have. And like right now, even the school I went to, the herb school I went to, they're doing an online class because people can't meet in person. So, and I'm going to pop, hold on, I'm going to pop my herb school up in the, I'll put it in the description too, because it's an excellent shameless plug. Shameless plug. Yeah. It's the Botanologo School of Herbal Studies. And this is their website. And they have an online class now, and that is their website. And it's the regular class is awesome. A lot of information, almost too much. But like if you're home and you're not working right now and you're laid off, it's perfect because you have all this time. I found it very difficult to ingest all that information because you are covering like 60 herbs. But anyway, check it out. I recommend it. I think it's awesome. So why do you prefer a face-to-face class again, please? Oh, yeah. So Marge, because I feel like in order to really get to know the herbs and learn them, you need to see them in person. You need to taste the tinctures. You need to like, and also do all these things in person. It's just there's a brain part, and then there's this physical part of it. Actually going and digging those roots, and and just like making a mess with the everything, and yes. Like bartending. Yeah, like I could learn bartending from a book. I mean, I guess you would partly, right? Because you'd learn how to make all the drinks and all that stuff, but then you actually have to make sure you know how to put them all together and then work in that kind of crazy chaotic environment that is the bar. So it's a whole nother aspect of it. And yeah. It is important then that such beginners be able to trust the recommendations of their teachers and peers regarding where to source their medicines if they're unable to make them all personally. So yeah, it's important to have like a good network of people that you trust, and yeah, so you'd be like, hey, is this shop legit or is it not? So medicine making is precise, demanding work. Even those working by the folkloric method, as opposed to abiding by strict measurements and proportions, which is what she's talking about, is the weight to measurement, the wise one way versus, or the folk method versus the weight to volume method of, so the folk method is you don't measure anything. When you make a tincture, you just put like, whatever amount of herbs you fill up the jar, you pour the alcohol in, and bam, bam, you're done. With the weight to volume method, you're like doing a bunch of math and a bunch of little equations to get the perfect amount of water and alcohol and herb that will extract the best amount of the most strongest medicine that you can extract from the herb. Elaine, the folk method is for me. Yeah, me too. However, I did learn the weight to volume method in herb school, and I can do it now. I had to rewrite my teacher's like sheet because I couldn't understand it. But now I am doing the weight to volume method. I am pretty proud of myself, and I'll post that sheet in the Facebook group, so that I think if I can follow it, y'all can follow it, because I'm not very good at math. Have ADD and some dyslexia, so like your numbers go back, you know, so it's like, I'll flip things around. That's not very good with math. So, you know, you can try it if you want. The key is to, all this is based on if you get 95% alcohol, or so anyway, I'll list it in the group. Because if I got like 75% alcohol, I just, or what is it? I just wouldn't know how to do it. So I think like brandy, but I'm using Everclear at 90. So anyway, yes, you should make a YouTube video to show off your skills. I should, Marge, and I would if I had like a good setup in the kitchen. But I might be able to. It's a good idea, because I think a lot of people struggle with this. I mean, I definitely struggle with it, and it's good to know both ways. You know, I really feel like in a pinch, you do the folk method, or if you want to be super scientific, you could do the other method. You just have this flexibility. What do you keep your Everclear in? I keep it in the bottle that it came in. I have some in plastic. I'll show, hold on guys, I will show you the Everclear that I use. So, and I also have some, if you can get a hold of some really nice organic cane alcohol, which I also have, it's like $75 a gallon. And oh, you'd love a video, Gypsy? Awesome. Okay. Well, I'll have to do one then. I'm trying to do some more herbal, like how-tos and some other stuff. Because, you know, I think that is, people are interested in that. Not brown glass, eh? No, they don't come in brown glass, but they're in a closet. Let's see if I can get it easily. Oh. Hold on. It's going to take a second. Okay. Okay, so this is the one in the plastic, but they also come in glass. This is kind of very, oh, the closet, that works. Gypsy, you definitely learned the Flook method. Yes, I learned that as well the first time. This is not organic. It is not nothing. It's probably made from GMO corn. So, but it is, well, this is 75%. Shoot, this is not the right one. I used the wrong one for my tinctures, for some of my tinctures. Oh, whoops. Okay, so you need the 95%. Okay. I think it's 190 proof. I always forget what that means. I go back and forth with remembering and learning, relearning, and then forgetting. So it's, yeah. So that's the. I'm gonna put that down here. So I'm ready to party. Or you can make a hand sanitizer from it. Yeah. And you just need 2 cups of that, but the 95%, and 1 cup distilled water, and you can make hand sanitizer with it. So pro tip, if you can't find any hand sanitizer, but you have plenty of alcohol, Um, yeah, I didn't know I still had that one. I got that one by accident, and I guess it's still hanging around in my closet. Maybe I'll make hand sanitizer from that. Write it down. Oh, what was that, Marge? I'm sorry. Is Everclear more expensive than vodka for you or cheaper? I believe it's cheaper. It's like the kind of the cheapest stuff. And you don't want to drink it straight. Apparently it's awful. So it's kind of bottom of the barrel, but I have some really nice organic cane alcohol as well. But if I want to make a really nice tincture with it, and I mean, preferably you want the organic cane or sugar cane, or there's one other kind that it comes from. It might be beet. No, I don't remember, and usually people go in together and get, a bunch because it's kind of sold in bulk here. Oh God, it's awful unless it has Hawaiian punch in it. Oh, is that the way to drink it? Okay. Yes, it's the worst stuff. It's the worst. I can't source any. I got vodka and said I don't drink, so it's really funny to buy alcohol. Yeah, vodka's fine too. Yes, exactly. Like maybe this is only in the States. Everclear. I don't know. But oh man. Okay, so I know if I have to have that, if I have to drink it, I will get some Hawaiian punch. And it's really funny too because I also don't drink. And I've got all this. So yeah. I've never tried it. Although I've just made my first tinctures from it. So I'm going to be trying it, but it also has water in it and the plant material. So we'll see. I think this is what we get to practice on in herb school. So, but we also had the option to buy the expensive one as well. Like it's good for practice to get the cheap stuff. So, and put lime sherbet. Oh my gosh, gypsies partying, and put lime sherbet in the punch bowl with it. That was our punch in high school. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hawaiian punch with lime sherbet. That's fantastic. Can I just put the Hawaiian punch with the lime sherbet and leave out the alcohol? I think that would be amazing as well, but that's the out of high school version. Let's see when I'm trying to be an adult version. Of course it is using Hawaiian punch. So it's really funny. Look guys, I still get zits. One every month. Long story. That was yummy. Oh, add ginger ale. Oh, okay. So we've got Everclear, Hawaiian punch, lime sherbet, and ginger ale. I think I'm gonna go to the store. I'll be back, y'all. No, instead of the Everclear. Oh, okay. So you've made it without the Everclear. Nice. Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, everyone write down that recipe because it sounds amazing and it sounds fun. And you can always use your really nice organic sugarcane alcohol with it. Which I also haven't tried. I'm not a drinker though, so I'm like, I think it would be bad to straight. I think it'd not be smart straight up because it is like pretty much 100%. Yeah, sounds good without that. Yeah. All right. Right, we were talking about the folk method versus the scientific wheat to volume method. So medicine making is precise, demanding work. Even those working by the folkloric method, as opposed to abiding by strict measurements and proportions, must deal with detailed, oriented tasks that require both sensory and intellectual attention. As someone who already makes herbal medicine for family and clients and botanical perfumes as to sell, I know that the effort involved in a commercial scale herbal products company is huge, which means it is easy to screw up and that you need to trust your medicine maker to being to identify plants correctly. I think that might be a mistyped spot because that sounds weird. Medicine maker to identifying plants correctly, harvesting them ethically, and prepare them properly. Book method versus scientific weight to volume. Yeah. Yes. And mostly like I just use the weight to volume in the sense of like tinctures. But I guess you could use, there's probably like a more scientific method to make your infused oils, and your teas are usually more specific. I don't know, but I'd have to look in my book, but I usually use the folk method when I'm making my infused oils, and that's really the two things that I make is tinctures. And tinctures for me, I don't sell them, but I do infused oils. I mean, I make salves and lip balms and stuff, but the main thing I make is oils and salves, and those don't really require, like, I have my recipe, but I'm not really like, very specifically. It's different. It's a different thing because I'm not extracting anything. Not. There's been a huge surge in the number of herbal businesses and the size of the herbal community overall in recent years. This has the great benefit of there being so many more great herbalists work to choose from, and also the downside of there being so many products and brands available that it can be an overwhelming task just to figure out what's worth buying and from who. With this surge has also come the rise of the essential oil MLM companies and any number of corporate supplement companies selling low quality. I don't know what MLM means. So, okay, Gypsy, see you in a minute. I don't know what that one means at all. I've never heard of that. It doesn't sound good. Any number of corporate supply companies selling low quality, poorly researched products to folks who don't know any better. Some examples of this are fairly harmless to humans, but a problem for the plants, as with the strange trend to put rock star herbs like golden seed and ginseng in everything, from hair products to energy drinks to shampoos. Multi-level marketing. Ah, that's what it is. Thank you, Marge. And those things are not good at all. Everyone probably knows that, but stay clear. Yeah, I don't know why I would need ginseng in my shampoo. Multi-level marketing is a form of direct sales, home business, which independent representatives sell products or services from a company to an end customer. Yes. So I think they're also, maybe those are pyramid schemes. I think that's another name for that, and that's really bad. Oh, Amway. I don't know. Either way, they're usually not great. So definitely would stay away from them. Amway and but someone with the pink car, you get a pink Cadillac. There's some others. So, and I don't know of any multi-level marketing herbal companies offhand. I guess I'm pretty, or instead of selling, they harass everyone they know to buying their stuff. Yeah, it could be pretty bad. In other cases, it can be dangerous, even to humans, as with products containing plants other than the ones the package was labeled with, including toxic lookalikes. While poisonings from herbal preparations is very rare, ending up with ineffective products is all too common. This can cause harm, especially if the person doesn't otherwise treat an acute symptom because they are waiting for the herb to kick in, or somehow think that their worsening issues are some kind of healing crisis. Mary Kay, thank you, Heather. Mary Kay, can someone please swing by and bring me some ice cream? Yes, please, and some ginger ale and some Hawaiian punch. Oh my gosh. I've seen one of those pink cars, like in the flesh, which is pretty crazy. And I think they take it back if you don't do. I don't know. But Heather, you want Mary Kay ice cream? Of course she does. Why doesn't Mary Kay sell ice cream? It'd be pink. Oh my gosh. So this little paragraph has a lot in it. You know, like, it's not good to be poisoned, and then it's not good to have a product that doesn't work. And herbal medicine is just, you know, falls over this weird gray area in the United States where it does work, but it's not as incorporated into the healthcare system as it should be. It's not considered like a legit medicine. So it's hard to learn, it's hard to practice, it's hard to find, you know, legitimate information. And it's frustrating. There's drug interactions that, you know, no one really knows because a lot of these plants haven't been studied. So it's a big hot mess. Oh my gosh, you guys are talking about ice cream punch brew for you all. Yeah. Tea berry ice cream is pink. Oh my gosh. I have cinnamon toast crunch ice cream in the freezer. Holy cow. I have zero ice cream. It's not really good for me to eat it for my digestion because well, I can get non-dairy, but it's also cold and there's a lot of sugar. So I stay away from the ice cream and stick to chocolate, but I love ice cream. So, yeah. And they have some crazy ice cream, like, flavors now. Just like Oreo cookies. I cannot have them. And they have all those flavors of Oreo cookies. Ugh. The tragedy of it. It's okay. I will survive. There's plenty of junk I can have, but man, one day. Someone please make me a gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, vinegar-free Oreo cookie, please. The Cinnamon Crunch flavor is a creamy treat that will have a light cinnamon ice cream base with a cinnamon graham swirl and cereal pieces. Holy crap. That's amazing. I also have coconut chocolate chip ice cream. We're coming to Patsy's house. Let's all drive. We can make it. Elaine, you can jump on a plane. You'll be going backwards in time. It'll be fun. Actually, a lot of us will. Because Pansy's in the past. Yeesh. Oh, we're gonna finish this section, guys. This is exciting. Woohoo! We got like 2 little bits left. I'm going to Kendra's to get drunk on the punch. LOL. Oh, nice. That's a second option. So we've got 2 options. Then I'm flying over to Pansy's. Let's all do that. We'll hit Gypsy's. I don't know exactly where she is, but we'll hit her first, and then we'll go to Pansy and we'll have some ice cream. Or someone will go to Gypsy's, bring the punch, and then we'll all meet at Pansy's. There, that's a good plan. It's 3:51 p.m. here. Oh, never mind. Pansy is here with me on my time. Heather is in the past. Elaine is in the future. Hopefully the future is awesome. I've had ice cream with homemade mango crumb. Oh, that's amazing. Marge is in the past for me. And mango crumble. Oh, gosh. Now, why do I always get hungry? I just always eat before this. And then we talk about food. The future is awesome. Nice. Not all, okay, we're on page 43. Not all preparations are created equal, but if you know the plants you're dealing with, many medicines can be fairly easy to sort out by organoleptic methods. Oh, we're going to talk about organoleptics. What's my favorite word? Does anyone know what organoleptics means? We've been talking about it. Oh, yeah, organoleptic. Organoleptic. Well, this is a little weird. Hold on, find the definition. Okay. So this is organoleptic properties. This is from Wikipedia. But Heather's going to be fascinated. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yep. Organoleptic properties. Here, I'll type in organoleptics so you guys can... Did I get that right? Oh my gosh. I think so. ORGANOLEPT. I see organoleptic. So now that's from Wikipedia, but I'm hoping that it's not. Oh, it's Greek. Cool. Okay, definitions.net. You go. There we go. Yep. Heather's got it. This is, we don't, it's an adjective, guys. Just let you know that. Okay. acting on or involving the use of the sensory organs. Yes. So basically, organoleptics or pertain to the sensory properties of a particular food or chemical, the taste, color and feel. Organoleptic assessment of the wine showed that it was spoiled. So it's all the things that we've been talking about, how to assess if the plant and if or the tincture or the herbal infused oil, it's assessing it by its look, its taste, its smell, its touch, its, use sound, but all of your senses to determine, if this is good or not. Like the rule of thumb is the dried herbs last a year. If you've, preserved them well, if you put them in a glass jar or kept them in a paper bag or, like in a sort of a dark room that's dry and everything. So this should last a year. You should open the jar up and it should be like all nice and smell good and have vibrant color. But I've had herbs that look and smell great and it's past a year. So I still use them. That's the organoleptics, and that's one of my favorite words in herbalism. And that's what she's talking about. So organoleptic methods. By this, I simply mean understanding the quality through the senses. A high-quality tincture or elixir made with fresh stinging nettles should taste quite distinctively of nettles, not just like vaguely of booze or musty water, but a vibrantly green urtica, which is part of the Latin name of nettles. Likewise, a high-quality infused oil made with an aromatic plant. The first one I'm not familiar with, but she does mention Artemisia, which is mugwort. So this is the first plant she mentioned, and I'm not familiar with this one. I think I'm going to type it in. What is it? I have no idea. Okay. Okay. So this is from Wikipedia. Oh, we'll just go to the Wikipedia article and link it. So, right. So that's one of the herbs she was talking about. Medicinal herb. Somewhere in. I'm not familiar with this one. This is what Wikipedia says. Oh, well, whoops. Okay, that was too long. All right. So that's one of the herbs. And the other one she's talking about is Artemisia. Should be recognizably scented as such. So these plants have really good aromatics, and you should be able to smell them when they're dry. Oh! Thank you, Heather. Okay. Was I not looking at that right? I guess. Does it have a common name? Okay. It's confusing. It is confusing. I am confused. Okay, well, we will stay a little confused for now. But the point is that she's talking about plants that should smell. Sticky redness on the leaves is the desert shrub is reminiscent of distinctive pungent smell. especially after rainfall. That's awesome. Okay. And I think that's also used as a resin. Because it's, yes, sticky resin. Sticky resin. And you can buy that. You can also tell when many products have gone off their scent, appearance, or other sensory keys. Plantain, salve, or comfrey oil shouldn't smell cheesy, but it often does because the plant's high water content and the tendency to either not wilt the plant before infusing or not use something like a double boiler to make sure the moisture is sufficiently removed from the fat. So you have to know how things creosote. Usually that's really helpful. Thank you, Heather. I appreciate that. Heather knows I cannot pronounce anything. I'm very bad with phonics. So right, you have to know how something is when it's good and how something is when it's bad. So that's a lot. That is a lot. So this little section, and this will be the last bit, and we'll be done with our apothecary chapter, which is awesome. The story and the key. Familiarity to the point of intimacy with the plants is the key to creating a powerful apothecary, and really the cornerstone of our work as plant healers. We're not just collectors of beautiful specimens or stockists of impersonal patent medicines, but characters in the ancient story of people and plants. For longer than we have been human or had language, we have been intimate with the ways of the green world and have experienced their healing upon body and mind. From spit poultice to ceremonial smoke, these creatures are elders and are initiators into a deeper relationship with the living earth. These are not only mason jars of precisely extracted phytochemicals, but a profound connection to the plants themselves and to each other in an act of healing passing from person to person. And that's page 44. Yeah. So we are going to pick up next week. We're going to be talking about tattered and silver-leafed mugwort as the wise woman's talisman. So we're going to talk about my favorite, Artemisia vulgaris, which is mugwort. I'll have to suss out those smudge sticks so I can show you guys them. And everything else, but now is a good time to make a mugwort oil because they're coming up. At least where I am, Pansy and Elaine are a little behind because they are more up north. But yeah, so that'll be exciting. I think we're going to get through this book a little faster than Susan Weeds, but, you know, like I said, we're not in a hurry. So, let's see. Has anyone started on the mugwort chapter? I have not. Yeah, it's gonna be good. Mugwort and grief. Mugwort in the menstrual cycle. Um, I'm back. Yeah, hey, Gypsy, welcome back. I think we're going to be wrapping up. So, yeah. Anyone have any last thoughts on the apothecary that we just read, or anything that you wanted to anything you want to pipe in about mugwort? You have variegated mugwort? I have never seen that. That's awesome. We did cover mugwort under Susan Weed, so I think I've got some mugwort. Oh, I fixed my printer, so I can scan stuff now. I'm just like a chickweed. Nettles. We did do mugwort, right? I'm losing it, right? Burdock. No? Did we not do mugwort? I'm not going to be able to plant this year. I'm moving out of state in 2 months, so figure next spring. Well, next spring. Next spring is all right. Plants will be there. You get to do more planting. Oh my gosh. I just thought we did mugwort. Susan, we did not. She has burdock, chickweed, dandelion, nettles, oat straw, seaweeds, and violet. So I don't know. I guess I hallucinated that mugwort was in here. Okay, so that'll be awesome. We will be doing some mugwort. And it's a food and a medicine, so it's a lot of stuff. I have some tomatoes and peppers right now. That's awesome, Gypsy. If you can, maybe you can, those you can always grow in a pot, so you could grow some in a pot this year. Your printer won't print. Found the problem out of ink. Yeah, that might be a problem. We got a new router, so I had to connect it, and I did. So I can print stuff, I can scan stuff, I can make booklets, I can do all kinds of stuff that I usually don't do. Usually just print out for my labels, but or I scan for stuff. Oh, I'll lose my bookmark. Okay, awesome. So this is the first time we're gonna do it. So that'll be good. Yes, I've put them in pots. I may grow some herbs and put in pots. Yeah, herbs are great in pots. So you can do a little bit of growing this year. So that's good. Oh, Elaine, I missed your comment. Sorry. Yeah, I heard someone in a podcast today say that when they label their medicine, they write something about what happened when it was made to bring in store medicine. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, I love that idea. I have an awesome idea for a video series on that note, but it hasn't come to fruition yet, but I'm hoping that maybe this year it will. So, because there's a lot of stories about, a lot about the plants, and then when you have your own stories, it makes it very personal. So, that's a great idea. All right, guys. Well, I think we're gonna end it here. Yes, I know, Elaine. I just have to speak with the herbalists in my town, and I have to me and Heather are doing a StreamYard test. So that's another piece of the puzzle and some other things. But I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna, you know, it'll be cool. And you know, I mean, we can also bring in you guys in the project too, which would be really fun. We'll see. I have some ideas for the channel that I haven't, you know, had for a while that I haven't been able to do due to illness and other stuff. So it's just, oh, thanks, Marge. You too. Have a great rest of the day, everyone. Awesome. You too, Heather. So, guys, it's awesome. I will. What am I posting? Oh, I'm posting the weight to volume worksheet on the Facebook group. And I was thinking about posting. No. Never mind, because it was not in the Susan Weed book. That's why it's time to go. Brain's starting to fart. Heather's like, I'm taking it now. I'm gonna go outside. I'm supposed to run. Blech. But I gotta do it. Gotta do it. So for my health. All right, so next week we'll dive into mugwort. And which Facebook group? It's there's a link in the description. Heather, do you mind posting the Facebook group link? We have a Facebook group. Thank you. Yeah, so if you want to like keep up with all the happenings, and please feel free to join. Thank you, Marge. You have 2 links to choose from. They're both equally awesome. Lovely to spend time with you all. Thanks, Jennifer and everyone. Yes, it's awesome as always. Our little awesome group. We've got a big crowd today, which is great. Okay. It took me like a million years to say goodbye. It's so hard to hit that button, end stream. Kendra, okay. Got it. All right. All right. Well, if you have any awesome mugwort things, post them in the Facebook group and we'll discuss. And we'll chat about that next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yes. Kendra was awesome in joining us today. Marge made it this week. I know she missed it last week. Heather made it this week. So, nice. All right. Bye. Oh, and Kendra, you don't have to buy the book. It is, but you can if you want. This is the book. There's a link in the description. It's like $22. It's a little more pricey than what we usually get, and it is on Thrift Books, but I don't think it's too much less. And I know books are taking like a million years to get someplace, but and there also is a Kindle version if you have a Kindle. But yeah, we'll be going all over everything. So, you know, you can always get it later. And I don't know, we might have another drawing. We'll see. But I sort of tried to have the book club where you didn't have to buy the book if you couldn't, or you know, for other circumstances as well. So okay, cool, thanks. Yeah. Oh, you have a Kindle. Awesome. So that would be a definitely easier and more affordable way to grab hold of the book. All right, guys. So all right, see you next week. Have a good week. Bye. Oh, wrong button. That's the button.